If you don't trust if you don't trust your partner, then there's nothing to go by, and you can't. And once that trust is gone, I don't care how many times people say, "Oh, we're working on it. We're going to a marriage counselor." Bullshit. It will always pop up. That trust is gone. You could check my Facebook out. That's my name. My website. Sorry, psychicmassada.com. I'm a psychic. I do channeling. Mary, we're waiting for you. She traveled for a month and now she's silent. Should you be worried? What do you mean silent? She's not talking as much? Thanks, sweetie. What's her first name? She's not talking as much? Yeah. What's her first name? Just the first name. Where did she go? Well, it's both of you, not just her. I do feel like she wants to get married. No, where? Where did she go? Because I feel like she wants to get married. I'm also picking up at the same time that there's something like she believes you're not. One, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like there was somebody around her. She wants to get married, but I also picking up that somebody was been talking to her and kind of not coming out and saying straight lies, but saying things to make her think. And she ultimately wants marriage. Where did she go? And to be honest, well, she wants marriage. And to be honest, hmm. To another country? Because I'll be honest, I am picking up everything about marriage around her. So, like I say, I don't go into details here. I don't go look into here because there's too many people here, and I'm just picking up too much energy. So I don't want to get things wrong. But I do see marriage around her. Whether she's, it's not coming in clear. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not coming in clear right now. Whether it's she started to speak to somebody. But what I'm really picking up is if you don't marry her, she's just gonna she will look for a husband. She's something obsessed with it. Have you tried talking to her? I believe basically if the two of you would sit down and talk, it would be a lot better. Because there are people around her that is definitely telling her things that are not true, or not even direct lies, but just telling her things to direct her to make her think. I think she talks to a few. I'm going to be honest with you. There's too much marriage, and if she's not talking to you, if she doesn't talk to you within 2 days. Because I am seeing married around her, or married, and you're not talking to her. So, like I said, I'm not going into it, but if you're not talking to her, something happened on that trip. On plus, somebody's telling her things about you. Not straight out lies, but things like, he's not for you, or he's a player, he'll hurt you. But she on the other hand, she will get married again. It's like an obsession I keep getting around her. That thought of that she has to be married. Like her life is not complete unless she has that paper. I would call her and say, you came back and haven't said a word to me. Can we sit down and talk on what's going on? She wants it. She wants marriage. Two times I threw and I try to channel it. I can't do it right now, like her personally and what's going on exactly in deep. But I will say you should be concerned. I mean, if she's not speaking to you, and I just keep seeing this marriage, so you need to speak to her. And don't be afraid. But see, the thing is, I'm picking up, she wants, and I'm going to be totally honest what I'm picking up. She wants to leave from where she's living. She wants to go away. And she will marry for that. It's because I see her fixating on the whole marriage thing, and I see her fixated on wanting to move. So right there is just telling me that she's in it for herself. There'll be no love in the marriage for her. It's all what she can get. I'm sorry to say it that way. She's kind of self-centered. She wants things for herself, and she's not going to, she's the type that will do whatever she wants to do, and as long as she's going to get it, whatever she has to do. She's definitely fixated on leaving the country. So, Viera, you're going to have a lot of good things happening to you. Think this is your time you're young and you have goals. This is your time to focus on you and not to get all involved in all this drama. You do what you want to do, but what I'm saying is you don't want anything to hold you back from where you have to go at this point. You're getting so close. No, because she wants a country that's, with euros, with dollars. Sorry to say it that way, but that's how I see it. But like I say, if she won't stick around long to wait for a marriage. She just wants what she wants, and she's not going to wait. If an opportunity comes and she sees it, she's gone. This is how she functions. Yeah, some women just want that marriage. I know a few that I read for, and it's always, is this the one I'll marry? Is this the one I marry? But they don't understand. Marriage is just not, it's not going to change anything, but it could make things worse if the two of you are not ready and you're being forced into it. Like, you're never supposed to be forced into it. But the first thing you should do, Biari, honestly, she's come back, call her. Say, you're not talking to me. And see, that's a red flag. You like her, and it's almost like there's a part of you, Biari, one second, Josh, part of you, Biari, wants to say, okay, I don't want to lose her, so maybe I have to marry, but that's being forced and that's being manipulated. You know yourself. If someone loves somebody, you come back from a trip, you call them. I'm back. Hi, how are you? So, yeah. Put it this way, it could be a blessing in disguise, but yeah. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Psychic Massada, Massada. For those who don't know me, I am a psychic. I do channeling. I will do some sort of reading here, but I do not go in any deep details here. I only do that on private readings. You could check my website out at psychicmassada.com. You can read all about me. And I'm available if anybody wants to book a reading. Sammy, yes, it will. If you want, you can book a private reading so I can see what's going on. Need to change as hard as it is to try to change your mindset. I know you feel like things are just closing in. Actually, I really feel you went through the hardest part already. I feel like things are going to start to, right now, it's like touch and go. Like you go a few steps, you think things might get better, it's getting worse. There is somebody around you or someone from your past, a man that was kind of abusive, I'm getting around you. All of this is going to change. Another few more weeks, I feel like financially things are going to get a lot more, not extremely better, but you're going to start to see some progress. Actually, I really feel before December you're going to move. You're going somewhere. So you're in the right steps, and when you're going through hard times, it seems. And sometimes you're accurate. It seems like it's never going to end. Like, what the hell did I do that I'm getting all this bad luck? You can't right now. Financially, you can't at all as well. But I see different things and new people coming into your life that is going to change. It's going to change everything, and it's going to come out of nowhere. It's probably going to be the day I feel like you're just going to say, I give up. What am I here for? It just keeps going and going and going. And then out of nowhere, that's the day everything's going to turn. But it's going to be that one day where you're just saying, I can't. This is crazy. What has happened to me? What did I deserve all this? It's going to change. And it's going to change this summer, Sammy. And write that down on a piece of paper. Today I said that. So you will know when it happens that you wrote that down. Today, July 10th, and it's going to get better. For everybody who's having a hard time, there is a message to learn. Next time, like for instance, what I just got this message, when you start to get back on your feet and you make a move, you're going to say, I will not blow money like I did before. I will always keep something in case of a rainy day. Usually when people get stuck in that way, it's to teach them that, you know, how many times we have extra. We always go out and buy something stupid that we don't need. Think about all the things, the stupid things we did that, and how much when we need, we didn't do that over the years, what we could have. So it could be a lesson in that. It could be well, for sure it's a lesson in picking out, you know, who you want next to you. You're getting your self-esteem back, Sammy. I feel like your self-esteem, like there was some sort of mental abuse or something going on around you, made you feel like really like shit. So it kind of like paralyzed you to a point. But guess what? You're not paralyzed anymore mentally. And you got to focus, and you're going to keep focusing on that. Just remember, everybody will try to knock you down. Sad to say, sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's the closest people next to you that you trusted so much and you would do anything for them. And they're the ones that are going to knock you down the first. And that's why God brings strangers to your life. And it could be a total stranger who is the one that's going to give you the lift, the push, the opportunity in life. So yeah, things happen. Things do happen for a reason. But when we're going through it, ooh, we don't like it. I know I don't. Can't stand it. Every problem is like a wave. The same way a wave goes in, a wave goes out, the problem will go in and go out. Also, check out my YouTube channel, Psychic Massada on YouTube. Please subscribe to that as well. And that's my infomercial. That's what I gotta say. I'm gonna be Sean Connery. If you just check out my YouTube channel, you and me both know family's not supposed to hurt you, but oftentimes they do. Thank you, Sammy. Oftentimes they will. They will. Some family members do it because they think they're protecting you. Even like my kids are grown now, but there was times I would have to say they would go somewhere or do something, and you know, as a parent, I'm like, no, it's not that good. You shouldn't do it. But I caught myself and I sat back and I would say, I support you in anything. This is your life path. If you fall, you fall. Because parents don't realize that if anybody's a parent here and you're dealing with a young adult child or a child, let them go out and explore the world. You were a kid too at one point. Somehow, you know, they will always be okay. It's okay if they fall. It's okay if they cry. If you're a parent, let them learn. Let them go on their own life path. You can't not let them go on their own life path. You could be nervous for them, scared for them, but trust me, they're durable. They're made very durable. So this is, you know, some do it out of love and fear because, you know, you get older, you know what's out there. But, you know, when you were young, young people they will survive. Okay, I'm a parent and I'm super overbearing. Look, when my kids went back to the States, oh boy, you know, I will get back there very soon. But at first, I was, Sammy, you have no clue. It was like, no, you can't. And I'm like, who am I to say that? Because I've done worse. My kids are so much better than I was. I was a terror. I was worse than 10 guys put together, really. I was a handful. And as a parent, you're afraid. You're afraid because you imagine the worst. But there's a time you have to say to yourself, Sammy, okay, they know right from wrong. They're not as bad as I was, so that's a plus. And let them learn. Trust me, the kids will always come back to their mother when they need the mother. But it kills us. It really kills us. But we have to let them live their life path. And hell, gives us a break too. I don't have to deal with it. But they have to. Everybody needs to go on their own life path. And it's like that even in relationships. You can't smother your partner. If your partner wants to go out with friends, let him or her. If you trust each other, that's the way it should be. And nobody will get in the way. I've seen, people say, but guys, they go out with their friends and they mess. No, not always. If it's a decent person, male or female, they will let you know body language, stay back. I've seen some tell women, listen, I have a girlfriend, I have a wife, stay back. Literally come out and say that after they try to push them away. If you trust somebody, you got to trust that person. We are not in control of everybody else that might want to come on to that person. You have to trust your kids. As a parent, it's super hard. But after a while, you kind of say, hey, I got my life back. In a way. So, Sammy, give them the opportunity to go on their life path. Trust and not being in control. Yeah, well, those are two big issues that if you don't trust your partner, then there's nothing to go by, and you can't. And once that trust is gone, I don't care how many times people say, "Oh, we're working on it. We're going to a marriage counselor." Oh shit! It will always pop up. That trust is gone. Control. That's an issue, but that control problem is coming from fear. That if you don't have that control, then who am I? It goes hand in hand with the trust. So when you feel that urge that you have to control a situation, look inside yourself. What do I need to improve my life? I don't care. I'm not going to control you. Get that thought of controlling something or somebody else and say, what do I want to do that's going to make my life better? Screw the controlling. That takes too much. Really, Sammy, if you stop if you let go of that trust and control, do you know how much easier your life is going to be? Yo, it's going to be like slicing a piece of cheesecake. It's going to be easy. You're not relaxing. You need to take a day and do whatever the hell you want to do. But make it fun. Something that you feel that, you would love to do, but yeah, I can't because I'm too old. I can't because I'm a mother. I can't because of this. Do it. Nothing should stop you. And you might start to enjoy things and say, well, I don't want to be bothered with controlling. I'm having fun. Try it that way. I'm sure you're just like this. There was a time growing up, I could never buy something for myself. It always had to be for either my kids or my animals. It was to the point I was feeling guilty if I did something for myself. Why? Oh no. I'm more of a giver type person. And it had to start slowly where I purposely would go out and buy a dress or buy shoes or do something for myself. And I'd purposely come home and I would say, look what I got for myself. And you know, they were really happy. They're like, hey, it's about time, Mom. Now I kind of overdo it. But like I like skydiving and they're really against it. And they're like, isn't there anything else you could do normal? Why do you go for these extreme sports stuff that you do? But I like it. So what you need to do is, even if you go and buy a Happy Meal at McDonald's, it might feel uncomfortable, but take yourself and go. You know, you might come back an hour later saying, wow, I actually sat by myself at McDonald's and ate. And you know how difficult that would be for you to do. So start slow. Put some headphones on, take a walk. Go to the beach, take a walk. Anything. Get an ice cream. Start small. What I'm trying to say, don't go big. It's just the fact that you taking yourself out by yourself and doing something. Believe me, after a while, you're going to start to like it. That's a lot that's also blocking you, is the fact that everything is always run. I gotta go here, I gotta go there, I gotta go do this. Whew, I'm going to sleep. You know, that's your day. Sometimes you might never get an answer. For whatever reasons, you just might never get closure. You might wonder and say, wow, you know, what happened? And down the road later on in life, you'll understand. It's like when I broke up with my ex, 12 years, okay? Literally, the night he walked out the door, I saw his face and I said to myself, we will never speak again. We will never see each other again. And that's exactly what happened. There was no words to be said. Yeah, if I wanted, I could have called him and said, let's come back, let's do this, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want it. Bothered me that there was never, in the beginning it bothered me that there was never, yeah. Oh, he had no closure. But the closure was, honestly, he wanted to, what happened was he wanted to sleep over that night. I said, I'm tired, you're going to go home and sleep. You're not sleeping here. I want my bed to myself. It was being nasty. But when I looked at him, I said inside, I said exactly, we will never speak and we will never see each other. We both knew at that point. There was nothing to hold on to. There was nothing left. I was not about to accept it anymore. He knew at that point, I'd rather be alone than to be in this type of situation. And that's exactly what happened. And I used to say, will I ever get closure? Will he ever just come and try to speak? But that was my closure. You know what my closure was? I learned how to be me. I learned how to be happy with me. I learned how to let him out of my life. And I wanted to over and over and over. And he just kept coming through the door. That was the closure. The closure was my lesson learned. It's even today, it's been like years since this happened. From time to time, I will say, what the hell was that relationship all about? And I could ponder on how I wasted so many years, but you know what? I didn't want to ponder. I said it had to take a complete asshole to get me to learn exactly what I want in a guy. That's how I put it. It had to be a complete asshole. Obviously, I wasn't learning. So I learned through this one. And I thank him for it. I thank you for being an asshole. I learned my lesson. In the beginning, yeah, Vera, it was tough. It wasn't that I loved him at that point. It wasn't that I loved him at that point. You get used to the person. You get used to, he was very, 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 very jealous. I mean, if I was more than a half hour in the supermarket, or if I went to the supermarket without telling him I was going there, it was a huge fight. I'm like, I just ran in to get bologna. I have to tell you that too? So it was that type of relationship. But I learned that, wow, I have freedom. So you learn through it, even with no closure. You will see later on, the closure might be just the fact that you learned a lesson. You can't make people change if they don't want to. You can't make them love you if they don't want to, no matter how hard you try. Right, Sarah? No matter how hard you try, you can't change a moron. Once a moron, always a moron. But you tell me 3 years ago, 4 years ago, you should thank him and be happy this happened, and he was like that. You would tell me that, I would say, are you crazy? But now I could honestly say, yeah, thank you. Thank you for being an asshole. Thank you for being a moron. Now I will get what I want because I've gotten the worst. It wasn't like that, Barry. Trust me. I mean, yeah, try not to think about closure. You know the best way for revenge is to live your life. Just to live your life. The closure is when they see you doing good. And believe me, they'll hear about it. But honestly, this one, nobody really, someone saw him one time. I think I saw him a couple of times, but I just didn't pay attention if that was him. Because I'm happy now. Vieira, I'm telling you, if I show you pictures of what I looked like when I was with him, you would say, thank God you left him. It was such a crazy, mixed up relationship. And when you get tired of not being happy because you're trying to make the other person happy, it's not easy, but you could do it. But no matter whether it's a year or 12 years or 15 years, Vera, like I said, it's like a wave going in and out. Wave will go in and it'll go back out. Your problems will go in and go back out. The first thing to getting over a heartbreak is facing reality. It didn't work out. Whether it takes two. It's never one person's fault. It's always two people's fault. So you can't always blame the other person. Second of all, it didn't work out. Is that going to kill you to say it didn't work out? They didn't love me the way I wanted them to love me? Once you face reality, it's home run time. Oh, we all get over, Vieira. We all get over it. It sucks, but we get over it. And believe me, every time we get over it, we get better. So anyway, I will see everybody later. Have a good day in the meantime for those who are up and starting your day. For those of you who are ending your day, chill, relax. Everything's going to be all right. And we'll see each other later. Bye.